Along the eastern edge of India lies a 174-kilometer stretch of dense, muddy marshland where the Ganges and Hooghly rivers meet. It is a landscape where traditional steel fencing simply sinks into the mud. To seal this vulnerable gap, the Indian government has authorized an extreme, almost medieval alternative, releasing venomous snakes and apex predators directly into these specific waterways to physically deter border crossings. On the dry ground nearby, local authorities have just issued sudden orders to hand over 600 acres of land to border security forces. Their deadline is 45 days to plug a massive 800-kilometer hole in the physical fence. India historically helped birth the nation of Bangladesh. Now, New Delhi is rushing to barricade itself against its eastern neighbor with zero tolerance. These extreme physical barriers are the first outward signs of a geopolitical panic. Across the border, a sudden and dangerous political realignment is threatening to squeeze India on all sides. For decades, New Delhi and Dhaka were close diplomatic allies. Today, Bangladesh is rapidly shifting its alliances toward India's two biggest geopolitical rivals, Pakistan and China. Pakistan, utilizing Chinese manufacturing and diplomatic backing, has begun supplying JF-17 fighter jet simulators directly to the Bangladeshi military. Bangladeshi Air Force pilots will now train on Pakistani-supplied military hardware. This introduces a completely new, immediate security anxiety for military planners in New Delhi. This military shift mirrors a stark diplomatic pivot. For the last 53 years, the top tier of Bangladesh's civil service traditionally traveled here, to the Indian hill station of Mussoorie for their administrative training. This year, those exact same officials are traveling to Lahore, Pakistan to receive their training instead. These changes in training and hardware represent a significant departure from decades of Indian influence. This emerging strategic alignment with Islamabad and Beijing creates a new kind of pressure on India's eastern flank, triggering the hardline response currently unfolding within West Bengal. Looking at this map of eastern India, you can see the pressure point. West Bengal shares a massive boundary of over 2,000 kilometers with Bangladesh. Right above sits the Siliguri corridor, India's only physical connection to its northeastern states. For years, West Bengal's state government actively resisted central security mandates. Local authorities refused to allocate state land for federal fences and blocked national laws from taking effect within their borders. That local resistance left wide sections of the border completely open, facilitating high volumes of illegal immigration, mass infiltration, and cross-border crime. Political friction between the state and federal government created a severe national security vacuum, located directly next to India's most vulnerable choke point. Now, New Delhi is forcing a rapid physical lockdown. The federal government's mandate granting the Border Security Force those 600 acres of land ensures the immediate construction of multi-layered barbed wire to plug the remaining gaps. Simultaneously, the central government has abruptly enforced the highly controversial Citizenship Amendment Act, or CAA, across West Bengal, overriding local political opposition. The federal government intends to use the CAA as a strict legal filter. It provides the mechanism to identify illegal immigrants who have crossed the border and systematically process them for deportation, cutting off the infiltration pipeline. Administratively, New Delhi is aggressively bringing the state to heel. Enforcing the new Central Penal Code, restarting the stalled demographic census, and deploying federal police to stabilize. By combining physical barriers, legal filters, and administrative integration, the central government is executing an emergency federal override. They are forcing a vulnerable border state into total compliance with national security protocols. India is actively transforming West Bengal from a loosely governed, porous buffer zone into a hardened, federally controlled fortress. The scale of these administrative changes and the severity of the physical barriers signal a preparation for a long-term geopolitical standoff. This domestic lockdown is a direct, calculated response to the emerging diplomatic nexus between China, Pakistan, and Bangladesh that is actively testing India's eastern flank. As the new Bangladeshi leadership flirts with Beijing and Islamabad for infrastructure and military support, New Delhi is drawing a hard line in the sand to insulate itself. India is sending an uncompromising message. It will leverage every physical, legal, and bureaucratic tool at its disposal to protect the chicken neck and secure its sovereignty in a rapidly destabilizing region.